Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another episode of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel and check today's video out. Always grateful for that. And guys, today we're going to be talking about an aspect about bass fishing that is little talked about, not very much, but it's extremely important as far as to get the maximum amount of efficiency out of your lures, landing the fish, and just, it's just an overlooked aspect of fishing. That is the split rings that you put on your lures that come with the lures. So we're going to have a sort of an in-depth discussion on that in today's video. Also guys, quick reminder out there, anyone interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, you can do so by going to my Facebook page, Randy Blockett Professional Angler, and just shoot me a private message. Give you all the details for that, so much appreciated. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about split rings, and I'll show you a few examples here. I think a lot of people don't put enough emphasis in paying attention to split rings, because all split rings are not created equal. It's just like any other component that goes on the lure. There's some of them that are just better than others out there, and a lot of manufacturers out there, they save a lot of money by going to a cheap split ring. Now here's the difference between a high quality split ring and a cheap split ring. A cheap split ring, let's say for example, if you take a pair of pliers and you open it up a little bit, a cheap split ring will not pop back into its original place solidly. Sometimes it's almost like you can bend it out and it stays bent out. It's almost like there'll be a tiny little gap in the split ring where you tried to maybe slide a hook on or something like that. Most of the time, those cheaper split rings that come on the lower end lures out there, they're smaller diameter and just the materials on them are not as good. And a high quality split ring, guys, is one that, I guess it's just the temperament of the steel or how the steel is tempered, but you don't ever have that separation. You can put a hook on, you can slide a hook on, you can open them up to put a hook on, and they snap back real hard into place, and you'll never lose a fish. Now the problem you have with a cheap split ring, let's say for example, you get hung up with a lure that has a cheap split ring and you've got 15 or 20 pound test line. I've had a lot of times where I've straightened the split ring out, before the hook even out there. So if you buy a lure, really take some time to examine the quality and craftsmanship of the split ring as far as how it's made and, the durability of it. The next aspect of the split ring is the size of the split ring, because the split ring size should always be in correlation with your lure size out there. You shouldn't have a split ring that is too big of a diameter and too large for the lure out there, because what your split ring should be able to do, let's show you for example here. When you have a split ring that's the right size, it should be able to slide all the way around, the attachment part to the lure, the hook hanger here. And a lot of times some of those split rings are so big that they don't move freely there, because you need a split ring that allows your lure or allows your hook to move freely like that. But some of them are too big and they like get stuck in one position because they don't have enough freedom of movement within the eye tie there in order for it to move. So make sure that the size of your split ring allows that to do it. Now you got several different types. Like say for example here on this Megabass, this big Megabass glide bait, this has got some pretty large honking split rings on it. Why the Megabass Vision 110, it's got a lot smaller ones on there. So make sure that the size of the split ring is appropriate for the hook size that you're using and the lure size that you're using. And don't just take it for granted that just because you buy a lure out of the package that they have the right type of split ring on it. I remember back when I used to use a lot of the Rebel lures. Rebel was famous for putting oversized split rings on a lure where you simply did not have that freedom of movement with the hook hanging on there. So if you get a lure like that, it's best to replace it, with a more high quality split ring. And there's a lot of them out there, guys. I will link my Tackle Warehouse link in the description to the split rings, and it offers a large range of premium quality split rings. If you guys want to get some of those or need any other tackle, I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description for that. Main thing, guys, it's just part of the element of a lure out there. It's like what makes one lure better than another and what makes one lure cheaper or more expensive than the other. It has everything to do with the quality of the component, the quality of the hook on it, quality of the split ring, quality of the internal balancers or whatever internal weighting system you have in there. Everything about it separates a cheap lure from a really good lure out there. So anyway, just wanted to run that by you. When you get your lures out of the box, check their split rings out, make sure they're quality, make sure they're the right size. Just going to get you more bites and allow you to land more fish. So hope it helps out. We'll see you guys.